you have to do differently?
Well, he's very good. You've got to be very aware of where he is all the time. Not only can he shoot, but he rebounds, and he knows he invariably gets to that side of the backboard. It's like when Brandon Dawson early on, when he was playing with Draymond Green, you knew like clockwork that when Draymond had it in the post, that Brandon Dawson was going to be on that weak side board. That's exactly what happens with Edwards, and at the same time, he can shoot the ball. I mean, he can make plays. So you got to be really, really aware and conscious of where he's at during the possession, but especially when the shot goes up.
And then just the Bryant-Swanigan matchup.
Yeah, it's a team deal. I mean, to me, I know that gets some play probably, but what's most important is that we really, really lock into how not only we guard Swanigan, but what we do when the shot goes up. And the same with Haas, the same with Edwards. And but they're so good and they're scoring so many points and shooting the three so well because their guards are outstanding too. So the one thing you cannot do with that team is look at it and say, okay, well we can ignore this, or we can kind of take our chances with that. You've got to really be locked into all of them, Matthias especially, and Klein, because of the way those guys move without the basketball and make shots. So, and again, so much of it starts in transition for them, where it could go to anybody. So bottom line is we've got to be really, really locked in to the personnel and the plays to a degree, but really to the personnel and what their strengths are.
These games against Wisconsin and teams like Purdue have been 1 or 2 possession games, 3 possession games. Just how much confidence does that give your guys going into this?
Well, I just said to them, they can beat anybody in the country, this team. We've already proven that. It's not debatable. Right, and we've had all these games that have come down to. We've had 13 games that have come down to three, or that have been a 3-point game, with under a minute to go. So we've got to find a way not only to win the close game like we did the other day, but do an even better job of finding that margin during the game where we can eliminate some of the mistakes we make, where we have tough lulls, tough segments of the game, so that we give ourselves a better opportunity. And that's the most important thing.
I saw in the last 6 games you guys have the top 3-point defense in the league. Is that something you guys have been really focusing on, or is it just kind of?
Well, absolutely, but I think it's all we're getting healthier, right? I mean, we're missing who we're missing. I'll get with you guys too if you. I don't mean to. I just got to get out of here. But absolutely, we're getting healthier. We're getting better. I don't think you guard the 3 the way we're doing it, and guard the perimeter of the post the way we're getting better at it. If you're not improving. And at the same time, so much of the field goal percentage defense, even to this day, gets skewed because of the turnovers, because of the live ball. As I saw, Rick Carlisle had a great term for it. He calls them the catastrophic turnovers, that are unguardable. That's a great term. I mean, they really are, because there's no way to get back and get them. And that's what's hurt us some, or our field goal percentage defense and 3-point defense would even be better. So to me, or especially our field goal percentage defense. So to me, we're improving, and that's what we're banking on. That's what we're looking at. We've proven we can beat anybody in the country that's of a high level. When you look at the Kansases and Carolinas, we can win in this league. We've been right down to the wire with the majority of the teams in this league, and we just got to find a way to keep getting over the hump inside of the game.
How much momentum can you take from a game like the other day? This time of the year seems like some momentum time.
Well, I think it's there's a lot of things that go into momentum, and the thing is, you've got to be able to correct the mistakes that you make. You've got to be able to show where we could have been better inside of it, and be demanding and be critical, but at the same time have them see just how good they are with the things that they're doing, especially when you go on a 22-0 run. And I have a tendency sometimes to want to point out why we got into that hole, right? And in coaching, you've got to make sure you point that out, but at the same time, you got to reward for the good things that are happening. And for this team to have an 8-0 run at the end of the game and defend the way that they did and to not give up belief says a lot about their resolve and character. It really does. It says a lot about the group that I go to work with every day. So we've got to just keep making sure that we manage every day the proper way, and that's what we're trying to do.
So when you have those stretches where you're playing so well, but you can't sustain it, how have you ever had a team like this?
Oh, I don't know. I'd have to think that through. But we just got to do better inside of the game. I mean, we're so many of our errors are correctable, and we're asking guys to play roles at times that they're not quite ready for, and at the same time, we could be better inside of that because of the experience that they're gaining from the season. So it's just I don't know if it's a matter of simplifying. It's a matter of them simplifying what we're doing. right? Just at times, like I can point out on film, where even some of our scorers are trying to make plays or passes when they had one man to beat. Great example early in the game, first turnover. James has got Brian McIntosh going downhill. Go to the basket. At the worst is going to happen is we're going to miss a layup, and Duran is going to come back and follow it up. The best thing that's going to happen is we're either going to get 2 points, 3 points, or 2 free throws, because there's no one to beat but one man. And our whole rule is one man to beat him. 2 men to beat, kick it, right? And when you drive into the traffic, okay, where the defense is, and then try to throw that pass to your teammate, it was a very good idea, right, to throw it to Rob. Very unselfish play, but the best play was to drive it to the basket. So those are the things we keep trying to make sure that we point out, the recognition, the vision that you have to have, and hopefully that we'll get things like that. So I don't spend too much time on where we're at historically, you know, at Indiana or with my coaching. We're just trying to do the very best job we can do with what we have. And right now, and understanding how much more we can do when I say what we have, you know, with our decision making. We've got to get better there.
Did you get to talk to Colin Saturday night about all the excitement and his reflection on it?
Not really, not yet. I mean, a little bit on Sunday, but you know, I thought it was a great moment, and he got to spend it with his family. So, but it'd be definitely to a degree of how thankful he was to have that opportunity, and his family, and looking at the pictures are great.
Tom, how much at this time of year do you tighten the rotation a little bit? Not just you, but every coach now, so that maybe as opposed to, you know, 8, 9, 10 guys, 7 or 8.
I can't speak for every coach. I mean, I never could, never would try.
you.
Yeah, it just varies. We don't have a set lineup right now that is playing so well that I wouldn't go more into the bench. And in your consistency is your key to your depth. It's not the number of bodies, it's the consistency. And what happens is, and especially right now, we're still searching for that consistency inside of the games. And we're asking guys to do a lot, sometimes more than what they're ready for. But at the same time, that's part of it. And when you look at the improvements we've made defensively, I mean, and those are against good teams. I mean, those are against some of the top teams in this league. So we're getting better in that area. But we just want to make sure that everybody that goes in understands that it is not rocket science. Just keep it as simple as possible. Just guard your man, don't overhelp, block out, get back on defense, and above all else, make sure we're running end to end, you know, so we're not allowing teams easy baskets. Because our transition defense has dropped a couple times the other day. Our lack of early work in the post dropped a little bit the other day. And, you know, those things, we have those little lapses. And teams go through that. And our job is to get those fixed as quick as we possibly can. And sometimes you've got to go to the bench to do that.